Hi, my name is Karen Marshall, and for my cross-gendered leader project, I am doing shooting, specifically trap shooting. Guns were used mainly in combat, so war. Experience with gun for women was secondary, and when I mean secondary, I mean it was through their husband. And trap shooting specifically began in 1750 in England, and it was officially added to the Olympic Games in 1900s. It was a gender-neutral sport when it was added, which was surprising to me, but nonetheless, were women allowed to compete? That was up to the individual country on whether or not they wanted to allow their team to have women to play. Susan Nattrass was the first woman to compete in the Olympics. She was a member of the Canadian Olympic team. She's actually in the ATA Hall of Fame. And in 1992, a woman by the name of, forgive me, I know I'm pronouncing this wrong, Zhang Shan from China, she won the gold in the skeet. I assume this angered the men because they then decided to eliminate the women from the competition, and it was then a rule is instituted for the Olympic shotgun shooting competition where it was men only, and women were only allowed to compete in a separate double trap event, and that was in the 1996 games, in which Kim Rode actually won the initial women's double trap event. Here I'm actually learning from YouTube and my boyfriend on how to change the barrel of our shotgun. And we're putting this on?
Ready?
Here I'm actually about to shoot skeet.
Ready?
My boyfriend's joking around with me, trying to get me motivated to actually hit the target.
I know, right?
And I'm actually complaining about the recoil. It feels like someone's punching you in the jaw every time you shoot the shotgun.
We're here.
You know, I never realized how much went into shooting. Muzzles up just for safety. You never want to have your gun pointing at anyone or anything other than, you know, where you're shooting, which is out in the open range. Driving, it's 3 miles an hour. Driving to get to your destination, and there's just a lot of safety, which I could see why. Right here, I'm actually showing you a slug, which is what I am going to be shooting today. I learned how to properly insert the skeet into the launching device. You never want to be in front of it because it could release and you could get smacked with the skeet, which would be really, really painful if that were to happen to you. And he missed it. Here I am loading a clip. This would be my second time loading a firearm. I don't know how I felt doing it. Like I said in my statement, holding a gun is pretty scary because you basically hold other people's lives in your hands, whether you realize it or not, because guns don't shoot people. I know it sounds cliche, but that's the matter of the fact. And one false move, and it could be fatal. So it doesn't sound like it has a lot to do with loading a gun, but it gave me like a sense of power and control, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Shooting this rifle
Alright, so first,
was definitely it's a lot different than shooting a shotgun. There's more of a kick.
No. It's not a shotgun.
I could see
Uh-huh.
why I guess men would like this sport. You really do get a sense of control and power
Yeah, just
with this very heavy and dangerous and powerful
Ready?
weapon. And yeah, it's really fun, but like I said before, it's kind of scary. But at the same time, you have a sense of control and power. Which is why I could see it as people saying, you know, women shouldn't handle guns because we're supposed to be these delicate creatures that are not capable or shouldn't be allowed to handle such dangerous weapons because it could be fatal left in the wrong hands. But that just goes along with all the other stereotypes and stigmas that come along with being a woman, like with driving, or you know, we should only be left in the house to do feminine activities.
Oh, still high, huh?
Here my boyfriend's actually teaching me how to clean the gun, which is a very important part because you don't want your, I guess, the insides to rust up. I honestly, I flaked out on him and I didn't want to do it because it was really messy and really greasy and oily. But to basically sum all of this up, I love shooting as a hobby. It is very expensive and time consuming and it's very tiring. I can see why people love it. I've seen now more in this day and age where women have, I guess, shooting in women has been sexualized. You know, with Lara Croft, and women. I think it's called women in bikinis and guns.